Georgia to meet Uganda. And this their second match of day one here at the HSBC Hong Kong Sevens. 43rd event as we look at the Georgian side. They were beaten by Japan 10 points to 26. Spandalashvili, Abitsyuri, and also Gogo Lashvili, the three key players in this very big Georgian team. And the Ugandans, well, they finished 14th in Dubai and also Cape Town 2016. And look at their starting lineup. Wakaroch in jersey number 5 is a real threat, scored a try earlier today along with Solomon Okia, who wearing jersey number 10. Alongside me, former Scottish Sevens international Mark Robertson. And Mark, second game, the body's used to the hits now. This must be easier.
It does get easier. That first blow when you come out is brutal. It's a horrible feeling and nothing can prepare you for it. You know what's coming, but it's always a shock to the system. I think this is a good game here. I mean, complete polar opposites in the way that these two play. You've got Georgia, who are all about that brute physicality, that confrontation, and then you've got Uganda on the other hand, who are all about flair. They play really exciting rugby. They've got something like Solomon Okia, who you never know what he's going to do. He's got footwork, he's got pace, but he's also got lovely kicking skills as well. And
they have qualified for the Rugby World Cup, their first ever Rugby World Cup. Uganda, there's plenty of excitement in that country as they get possession from the kickoff. Magomu with shirt number 8, Ivan Magomu. And just a little error there, that sending in a few players. And as you mentioned, the bigger Georgian players making a nuisance in that ruck area.
Yeah, exactly, Willie. And the Ugandans, they can't get drawn into fighting fire with fire in terms of the physicality side of things, because they'll not come up top trump there. They need to move the ball away from the contact area to use their X factor.
A tap on the back from Gogo Lashvili, and then he feeds at the scrum. Not a great pass, but it bounces up, set up for Uganda. And Sebiluba thought that he was in for the try, but Georgia hold on to possession, and now Uganda called on to do some defensive work. Back to where it all started, and just an error there. Ilya Spandalashvili just latching at it, not letting the ball come to him, just grabbing at it. A couple of early errors from both two teams.
Yeah, unfortunate too, because you see the ball's put right out in front of him, so he's running onto it, which is lovely. And the Ugandans are chasing, so they're susceptible to that inside step too, but he just couldn't get quite enough fingers on the ball there.
Crouch, bind, set.
Here is Aaron Ofoiworth. There's a little bit of problem in clearing it the first time, and then manages to just get it out. And now they've got some space out here on the right-hand side. Quickly, the gap closes, but good strength shown by Sebuliba. He's got some real pace, and now the Uganda team, the 4th African side to qualify for this year's Rugby World Cup, alongside Zimbabwe, South Africa and Kenya.
Release.
Nothing really on there, so Okia draws in one defender. Really need to try and take them to the edges here, Uganda. Good tackle coming in from Spandalashvili. Be a good contest between those two big players. They've got some numbers here too, Uganda, with the wide pass. Now they get it there, but another unforced error.
Scrum.
The pressure of the Georgian speed and their line speed, and getting up and asking some questions.
Yeah, that's what happens. You know the Georgians are coming at you. You take your eye off the ball for that split second, and that's all it takes to make a little fumble.
Here's the reaction from the coach, Tolbort Onyango.
Both teams are creating space, Willie, on either side of the pitch. Obviously, Georgia made that error, Uganda made the error there, but they are creating space. So there are going to be opportunities in those wide channels if they can hold on to the ball.
Well, Uganda won 14-10 against Chile, and so they need to try and find some of that form. Georgia looking for their first victory, and there's Gogo Lashvili. Some nice footwork from the young halfback, and now it's been kicked forward by Spandalashvili. That'll go dead, and they'll get the opportunity to come back for the scrum where the ball was kicked.
Yeah, Gogo Lashvili, he showed a bit of that footwork in that first game. He's got He's got great balance, and that's something that's quite difficult to teach. He just understands how to manipulate a defender to get them off balance, either to square them up so he can go round them or drag them and utilise that inside step. He's got something about him.
Line. Set.
Majority of these players in the Georgian side were involved in that wonderful under-20s competition in Tbilisi and Kutaisi last year. Totally different arena and different game, and there's an error that could be costly here inside your own 22. Desire Ayeda had a little peekaboo at the defence coming, and Georgia get their best opportunity to try and score some points.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity for the Georgians. Another unfortunate handling error. It's a difficult pass to take that, but Georgia, they'll want to pounce on this opportunity. Scrum 15 metres out. They've got plenty of space for the backs to work with. Let's see what they can do.
Plenty of errors from both teams. 7 occasions they've turned the ball over, and now another error gives Uganda possession. That's good pressure coming in from Ofoiwuth. The opposition halfback putting some pressure on, creates the problem, and now Uganda get the feed to the scrum.
Yeah, it's turned into a bit of an arm wrestle, Willie. You know, it's one pass rugby at the moment. We're not getting an awful lot of fluency to the game, and it's going to take somebody to really take a hold of it and grasp of it, and to get a little bit control.
Philip Wakarach is that type of person for the Uganda side.
Set.
He has express pace, but he just needs to get some possession. He needs to be given a little bit of space in the gap. That's him there, passes the ball out. Into the contact they go immediately. Sebuliba keeps pumping the legs, stays strong, buys a few more seconds for the defenders to try and hold him up. Now they race up, there's players out to the left. That's the 22, you can see.
Number 5.
No clear release from Apatiodi. Uganda. Another penalty. This time, Kiviladze guilty of just coming through and making a nuisance of himself. And on the attack we go through Okoroch. Michael Okoroch, the captain. Can't get away from the tackle of Gogo Yashvili, and now they look to hold him up. He keeps the ball alive. Good strength shown from the Uganda captain. Magomu drops a short ball, and it's a nice one for Wakoroch. Mentioned he could do something special, and he delivers.
What a fantastic line by that big man Wakoroch. You know, he saw his inside attacker traveling across the pitch. Outside defenders, they're looking at the guy with the ball. He comes in that short line, and it's so difficult to defend when you come against the line of defence.
Conversion is successful. First try of the match. It's taken 6 minutes and 40 seconds, but what a line from Philip Wakoroch. You saw the camera angle there, the ball moving across, and he came from outside in. 100% success rate. And Uganda strike first. Contest in the air from the kickoff again, and Ofoiwuth Grubber kicks it. Uganda looking to get on the outside, and they're going to double their accounts. Oh, that's too easy for Solomon Okia. As easy as you like. The smile, the celebration, and within 30 seconds, they've scored twice.
You can't watch this man and not smile. He's got all the tricks in the book. As I said, he can kick, but also watch the shape of his body here. He gets it. He wants to keep that space on the outside. Bang, little goose step, and he's got too much pace. Yeah, he's got a little bit of everything. He's a lovely, lovely runner. Just a good footballer.
There's the smile. And why wouldn't they be smiling 55 years after their independence, and they're 12 ahead. Can't make it 14. Boy, they really came alive in the 6th minute of this first half. And Uganda leading Georgia by 12 points to 0.
Yeah, it shows the importance of the kickoffs, Willie. They scored that try, and then their next involvement was a perfect kickoff, landing on the 10-metre line, knock it back. Spot on.
When you get the ball, calmness, and you move it. Yeah? You know where the gaps are. So let's keep it. Let's keep on pushing. Yeah? What? Let's go. Let's go down. Check what you put. მოდი ტაკ, მოდი. შეგიძლიათ ამ გამოსამოღება, შეგიძლიათ. დაკიდებაც გამოუვიდათ, ყველაფერი გამოუვიდათ. ბურთი უნდა ავიღოთ და ლელო უნდა დავდოთ და ლელო უნდა ვიბრძოლოთ ბოლომდე. ანგარიში რა ხდება? ფორმატი გოლია, მოსაგებია. დავაი, დუკო.
Special thing about the game of sevens is we try and give you as much as we can, your chance to hear the huddles, what the coaches are saying, what the players are expressing at the break. And it's great to hear all the languages that this wonderful game takes. Oh, Georgia, they've got a big mountain to climb here. They relaxed in the last minute of the first half and they conceded 2 tries. Uganda, as mentioned, are off to their first ever Rugby World Cup. A high restart, beautifully taken by Niladze. Shows good strength as well, because not only did he catch the ball, but then decided to go forward. Someone races out of the line, that's always going to leave a gap in the defensive line of Uganda. Now they're starting to miss a few tackles as well. This is Giviladze, finally brought down by Wakaroch. Good shape this from Georgia. Looking to play the more power game now, and there's a big tackle coming in from outside in on Gogolashvili. The dummy, the contact, the offload. Finds a little bit of real estate here. And Spandalashvili shows some nice footwork. Spandalashvili will race away. Here come Georgia.
Spandalashvili, what a combination. He doesn't just show footwork, the placement of his fend is absolutely perfect. Watch his eyes as he gets the ball, using footwork to beat this defender, then the next one coming across, he's watching, aiming for that shoulder area so that the defender can only get hands to him. He cannot make shoulder contact. It's a real skill that it's not easy. It's not easy to put that footwork on, make the transition to put the ball in the other hand and then utilise the fend at the same time. That's a quality finish, real quality finish.
The fend that you're talking about, looking around, 6'4", 95 kilos. And he has got tremendous pace for an athlete of that size. Now the restart. They had to score next to stay competitive, and that's batted infield by Niladze. So the all-important kick-off possession. And you'll find that the team that normally wins the kick-off scores next. Now Georgia through Gogolashvili. Prepared to go into the contact. She's another. A lot of confidence from this Georgian team. All very young men.
Sealing off.
And the referee says there, the sealing off. Haven't seen too many of those penalties given away, and they're throwing the ball away, which is going to cost them 2 minutes, down to 6 players.
Yeah, it's a double whammy for the Georgians there. You say, like, the referees are really hot on it, rightly so. As players, they all know that if you put your hands past the ball and don't support your body weight, it's going to be a penalty. But also, if you don't put the ball down straight away, it's an instant yellow card. So that's where, when you're tired, you kind of lose that little bit of accuracy, that focus, that control, and you make some silly decisions, and they've paid for it, the Georgians.
Well, you're right, sealing off is that. You can see that his hands were clearly on the ground, so that was the penalty, and then when the penalty was given, you can't do that. Zero tolerance, and the players know it, the coaches want it. As Uganda climb high and bring the ball down. 7-on-6, remember. Here is Wakaroch. Look at the way that he's able to evade a number of players, and then the crisp pass out in front. Super play out to a super player, Wakaroch, the captain. Into the 22 they go. Wakaroch spots a gap, started it, he'll finish it. Oh, he's a terrific player. And as easy as you like, he picks up a double.
Yeah, and both tries were just down to his vision. You know, reads the game so well. You can see the defenders, they're obviously worried about all the space in the open side of the pitch. And he has the initiative to pick the ball up at the base of the ruck. You'll see here, and there's nobody at home. A walk-in for him.
The Walkaroch show in full display here in Hong Kong. And once again showing that you've got to keep your 7 players on the field at all times. 19-5, 2 converted tries required by Georgia. Uden takes the kick off. It's a deep kick off inside their own 22, and so now they're going to try and push the passes if they can. Medlishvili is there. He's just come off the bench, so some fresh players out there to try and make an impact, try and make a difference. That pass has come down. Magomu shows a little bit of American football, and then they get it back to the man of the moment. He scored 2. Is this the hat-trick time? You bet! Oh, he left the sweeper looking at his shadow.
Different gravy. He's shown a bit of everything here. This time it's the initial goose step, and you can't underestimate how quickly this man is travelling. The goose, the step off the right, and then once he's in open field, he's got that balance, again, that awareness to just understand how to manipulate the defender. He's a big man, and he's got a little bit of everything.
He has got some great moves, as Philip Walkaroch, and he picks up the first hat-trick on day 1 here in Hong Kong. Again, they go deep. It's a ploy that they've invested in. They're happy to concede possession, but they back their defence to Uganda to try and force an error here inside the Georgian half. Gogolashvili places the ball. Mechilatsvili, that's a good run from the big lock in the 15-a-side game. This is Luka Uden, another that's coming off the bench. Well, he's run about 30 metres, but in about a 5-metre radius. Now the power game comes in.
Sagler roll. Sagler must roll.
Georgia won't stop trying for the full 14 minutes. They get it out to Gogolashvili. Player loops around, beats one defender, and then holds the ball up. Tackle coming in from James Odongo. Good ball movement. That missed pass there needed to be a little bit more accurate. Now to where Uden. He's got a big right-hand step, hasn't he? Right foot step, rather. The way that he's just able to launch it. Patient build up this for the Georgians, and they'll get the reward too. Unselfishly, the offload. And Georgi Kiviladze gets the final say of this match.
Yeah, well deserved end to the game for the Georgians. They did really well to retain and hold on to possession there.
Time off. Move.
But I've been massively impressed with this Ugandan team. I think at the start of the season, when they were involved in the World Series, they maybe lacked a little bit of physicality, and in this game they've got X factor through Solomon Okia and Walkaroch, but they've also got physicality throughout the team too, so they're a team to watch over the course of the weekend.
Conversion is unsuccessful, and Uganda pick up their second win on day 1. Georgia concede their second loss. Uganda won 26-10.